Hello, I'm David Burris with Calerian Forge, and today we're going to continue on with our Damascus knife we're working on. Today we're going to be filing the tang down and where the juncture where the tang meets the blade, and also we're going to file our blade down to shape. And looking at it, I may have to go back to the fire and do a little bit of adjustment on thicker in one place than it is the other, and I don't want to file all that down. But we'll do that correction when we get to it. Anyway, so let's get started. Well, you're going to hear some background hammer noise while we're working at the vise today, and this is the culprit. This is my apprentice Eric. So everybody say hello to Eric. So I'm using my lazy vise today. I'm going to get to sit down and do most of this. So what I want to do first, I've got to flatten this out on either side so that my bolster will fit snug against the blade. So I'm going to be doing a procedure called draw filing initially to just remove some of this material. The draw filing is really the only time you really whet back and forth with your file, and we do that. It's called draw filing because you use the file kind of like you would a draw knife. So, but you can remove a lot of material really pretty quickly this way. Alright, that's pretty well got our tang. I'm still a little uneven, so I'm going to have to file these shoulders down till I get them even with each other. But, Alright, that looks pretty good. Pretty even across there. Now, one thing I've got right here is a big no-no. You never want a sharp corner where your tang meets the blade. So what I'm going to do, I'll take this little round file and put a little bit of a radius right where that corner is on either side. So I don't know if you can see that, but we've got just a slight little roundness to it now. So I'll probably come back after we get everything else filed and fine-tune I've got where I file that radius in, that's got a little low place, so that'll need to be evened out, but it's not necessary to do it now. Tang looks pretty good. I'll probably still have to do some work on it. Looks like I might be a little thicker here. I've got a little knot right here we'll have to file down, but there's a lot of filing left to do yet. So what I want to do now is you can see how uneven the blade is from where we hammered the edge out. We're going to go back to draw filing, and we're going to file this down to where we get the profile of our blade like we want it on both sides. I don't know if you can see that, but see how you got shiny spots and dark spots? Well, those dark spots will tell you wherever you've got a low place. So we want to draw file it till we got a nice smooth shiny edge on it. Now you're thickening your edge a little bit, but like I said before with the Damascus, we're going to file most of it down anyway, so we get the maximum effect of cutting across the layers of the billet. Alright, so there's our blade profile, pretty well roughed out and fine-tuned. I've got a little bit of a upswing right there, but that needs work anyway, so when I file that down, that'll come out. So now to start working on the edge. Again, you can do a lot of this with the draw file initially. Now this particular blade, being a colonial style, I don't necessarily have to put a ricasso in it. I think I will anyway, though, just because I think it adds a little something to the look of your blade. The ricasso is that part on a knife where it's not sharp right there at the base of the blade, and it's got that little indentation before the edge contour starts. Alright, I'm going to come up about right there and start my ricasso. I want to make sure I get the same thing on the underside, so I'll go ahead and mark that now too. Just want to start really slowly and make sure you get in the same groove. And you want to hold it at the angle that your edge contour is going to be. So if you see this bevel we developed here with the hammer, we want to kind of follow that. So your ricasso will be deeper where the edge would be than it will be farther in. So now I've got a ricasso I can at least feel with my fingernail, so I'm going to try to stay right in front of that and start drawing my edge down. Alright, as you can see, we've got this side beginning to look pretty good. I've got my ricasso is getting more refined, my edge contour is coming down. I've got a few hammer marks to file out back here. Oh, goodness. Of course, that's what she looked like when we started. That's the other side. I'm just simply going to repeat this process on the other side, and once I get all the hammer marks filed out and get my, you see I've still got quite a bit of edge to get down there, so got a lot of room to work with it. Once I get all that filed down, I'll take a fine tooth file and get a lot of these coarser file marks out of it, and then we'll go to hand sanding. I always start with like a 60 grit and work my way all the way up through about a 400 before we do the etch. But hopefully next time we'll be ready to start fitting our bolster and our handle and determining how long our tang needs to be and how we're going to do the pommel piece and all that. Alright, well, till next time, God bless and happy smithing.